So first things first, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for these rider, is that what they're called, rider manuals. They have been immensely helpful. I mean, I've been being able to locate the components with this one and just general schematic stuff with this one. And of course, when we align the thing, it'll be, this one's going to come in super handy. So they've just been extremely handy. So thank you very much for that. Got the radio. Had to take off the this to work on the getting the rust off. You can see that I got most of the rust off. It was pretty badly corroded. These pulleys I need to replace. That one's sort of in good shape, but anyways, I'm gonna see if I can't 3D print some other ones. Dial lamp wiring, I got that all replaced. I hooked it up to 5 volts on my power supply over there, and it works just fine. So I put it back in circuit. I don't think, I agree with you about the lack of the grommets. But let me tell you this, I think that this set was just designed extremely cheaply, in that there was no space for a rubber grommet to fit. I had to put some silicone grease on the edge. Basically, I have this the heat shrink tubing right here. I had to put silicone grease just to get that to squeeze in, and there's pretty much, as you can see, extremely little room left over. So I can't imagine a piece of rubber or plastic. Maybe, but it was just very difficult just getting the heat shrink tubing in there with the wires on it. Well, not very difficult, but you know, it was difficult. I had to. The first one I did, it wouldn't go through without the silicone grease, and had to redo it. Got a small tear in the speaker here. I'll work on that later. I got this kind of rust, kind of just basically rubbed off or sanded off for the most part. These fins are all connected to each other. Like the movable ones are in continuity to the fixed ones, and on my Heath kit right here, I don't think that's the case. I think they're not connected. So I'm not sure. I guess maybe that's the internal design of this thing. I gave up. I thought about it for about 5 minutes yesterday. I was just so tired that I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna it looks intact, so I'm just gonna leave it. You can see my wiring here is coming up a little bit, so I just put some masking tape right there, kind of holding in place for right now. So that's the top of the radio. You can see that the chassis is cleaned up nicely. I used a product called Tarnx, Tarnx, I think, and it really did a good job. Hold on. I've been learning a lot, and by learning I mean making a lot of mistakes, which is what I wanted to do. Nothing catastrophic so far, but like just little stuff. Like, for example, I think I touched the soldering tip to that thing, and I was just like my whole life flashed before my eyes, because I know I don't want to mess that thing up, and it's just coated with wax, and these super hair fine wires are coming off it. It seemed to be just fine. I did test continuity between both sides, and both sides are continuous. Got all the capacitors replaced. You can see I used you know, a great deal of heat shrink tubing, trying to get everything as good as I can. I actually messed up on the mains wiring. Could have used more, but anyways, it just is what it is. No doubt I'm probably putting, you know, the mains wiring right next to the output, you know, signal grid or whatever, so I'm gonna be getting an extremely high hum. Wouldn't doubt it. You see my new mains cord is in here. That was $7.99 on Amazon. The end of it, I'll show you, is this right here. So it's polarized. I got the neutral coming up here to the switch as it was designed, because I just didn't have the means, or even, you know, yeah, I didn't have the tag. I needed something like a tag strip like that to hold the neutrals, and I didn't have that, so I just let it do the neutral, and then the hot comes in, It goes through this fuse. That's the green heat shrink tubing protecting it, and you can see the red. I just zip tied it to an unused lug of that tube right there, just to keep it off of these wires right here, to hopefully reduce any kind of hum. And then the gets in right there to the rectifier tube. This radio is not powered on, by the way. And that's it. So I'm about to do a first time fire up and see where she smokes. I'll have you be on the lookout. Oops, sorry. Now I know that maybe with the power transformer you're firing up without the tubes the first time. I'm gonna probably just, knowing as little as I know, I'm just gonna play it safe and fire it up again without the tubes, even though it doesn't have a transformer. I got my lamp limiter on. I got 0 volts on the Variac right now. Plug him in. Take it up to about 120 volts. Get you back out so you can see if it's smoking and tell me. I probably should have done this with the chassis facing downward, huh? So I can look underneath. Well, we're at, what are we at? 60, no, 50, 45 volts, 50, 60 volts. Let me just lick the chassis real quick to see if it's live. Alright, let's kick it up a little bit more. Gosh knows I forgot something or screwed up the wires. Or the mains is switched or something, I don't know, I've done some pretty crazy stuff. So far nothing there. No smells. Turn it up some more. We're at maybe about up to 100. Probably a little bit over 100 volts right there. It's probably about 117 or so. Alright, so far so good. No smells, no fire. Let's do the same thing with the tubes then, shall we? I'm gonna turn them down. Unplug. Alright. Here's my rectifier. One thing I'll tell you is I haven't done, you see that there's a lot of rust on this. I haven't touched this yet. This is how it came from when I opened up the radio. I was gonna sand that down, but I just really wasn't sure how to approach it. If you have any advice on that. You can see that I started to wipe it and the letters started coming off, so I had to write it in permanent marker 12SQ7. So anyways, I just left that. I don't know. I seem to prefer the glass tubes. I don't know. Maybe they just look cooler or something. I don't know. Speaking of that, I know I sent you an email. The tube over there, I noticed this arcing in it. And I turned it on, noticed the arcing right away, so I turned it off right away, and then I turned it on one more time just to record it for you. So I wasn't sure exactly what that is. I had just put that bottom piece on, and I'm pretty sure I'm not shorting out anything. It didn't seem like it was, but anyways, that's another story. You can tell me about that later. All right, so the tubes are all in. Let me make sure I got the right ones. I know this is not very exciting for you, but I got my tube diagram right here. So 35L6, they got the rectifier tube, 12SQ7. All right, I think we're all good. All right, so shall we turn it on? Put it in this nice kilowatt that you got me. I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff without your kindness, generosity, and love, and I just truly appreciate it. Sorry, hold on, I'm getting you back. Alright. So this kilowatt probably won't turn on, I don't think, until around 120 volts. But let's see what we got. Am I messing anything up? Shout at me now. Am I messing anything up? I didn't even check to see if the dial lamp was working before. So now we're at 30 volts or so. No smells, no fire. 60 volts. How fast are you supposed to go up on these things when you're testing it for the first time? Especially if there's old caps in there, which there's two still in there. You can see there's one capacitor right there. And then there's a mica one underneath. I'm guessing this is a good pace. Smell check. I can sort of smell the valves heating up right now. Can't say that they're getting warm, but I sort of smell the valves heating up. Probably a little bit less than 90 volts right there. I should get you out. I wish I had a tripod. It'd be so much nicer for you. I know it. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll get that in the future. I'm starting to get a small hum from the radio. I don't know if you can appreciate that, but I definitely am having a hum from the radio. See if I can get you in there. You may not do with all the fans I have going on in here, but yeah, there's definitely a hum going on the radio right now. Got the light bulb, pretty limited. I mean, not bright. It looks like this thing's not going to go on unless I plug it directly into the wall. I don't think, at least, right? Yeah, he's not going on. So we're probably at about 117 volts. Oh yeah, look, we got some tubes lighting up. That's another thing about these glass tubes. You can kind of tell if they're working, at least, visually easier than these metal canister tubes. Thus is progress. Well, I don't have any smells, and I don't have any fire, any smoke. So what I'm going to do, I think, is just go ahead and turn it off again and just take it out of the lamp limiter and see what we got. Well, I'm going to put you down to do it safely. Hold on. you down real quick. Hang tight real quick over there. We got some readings over here. Volts. That's kind of hard to believe. 144, are you sure that's right? I don't know if that's right. No, I don't think it's that right, because 150, no. Because when I did this test before, doing a multi-measurement test, say at 120 right there, right past the needle, it was still only like, I'd say 117. So I'm not sure if the variac or something is messing up with this thing or what. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong, right? I don't want to put you down and test it with my voltmeter, but maybe I should, eh? Power switch works. Dial lamp's working. Hear that hum? Now that hum doesn't seem to be affected by the volume switch at all. No doubt it's where I place my mains wiring, etc., like I told you about. Alright, let me turn this off real quick. In a real YouTube video, we would have, pressed pause and not had to bore you with all these intermediate incidentals. But I don't have that ability. Hold on, I gotta do this safely. Hold on. Look, you can see that my meter says 137 and my voltmeter says 121, which is about probably where it is, exactly right. So let me see if I can adjust that down a little bit real quick to 117. There's 117. I'm not sure what's going on with that meter. First time I noticed it doing that. So maybe it's just the variac. I'm not sure what's going on. Alright, turning back on. So there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to tune it. Let's see if we can get some stations, huh? Kind of nervous at touching this thing, but well, got a dead radio. Not a dead radio, but got some thinking to do. Alright. So I guess that's it for right now. Thank you for taking a full 20 minutes to watch this. Golly, I know your time is valuable. Just wanted to bring you with me on the first time. I guess next step would be checking, voltages and maybe signal injecting and all that other stuff. So I'll work on that and tell you what I come up with. All right, so thank you very much again, and I'll talk to you later.